The following is a special presentation of 88.9 WSND-FM. So we're here with Mary Forr, a graduating senior and member of the national runner-up Notre Dame women's basketball team. Mary, thanks so much for being here today.
Happy to be here, Patrick. Thanks.
Well, let's start a little bit. We'll get into the basketball stuff in just a second, but first let's start a little bit off about your story and how you came to be part of really magical run for Irish basketball. You came to Notre Dame 4 years ago now, and you weren't originally a member of the team. You kind of worked your way on.
No, yeah, I had no connection to the women's basketball team at all, and I came in my first year and sent Coach Sipp, the assistant head coach, an email telling him I'd like to try out. He told me they weren't taking any walk-ons that year, but that I could play on the practice squad. And so I did that for my freshman year, and I had a blast doing it, and met Ruth Riley for the first time, and was really just sort of starstruck by how good she was. I met Neil Ivey and some of the other players from the national championship team that year, and just kept working really hard and knew that playing was something I wanted to do. But I didn't really think that there was ever going to be an opportunity for it. At the end of my freshman year, they said they didn't think they were taking walk-ons sophomore year either. And I, thought of giving up, but I just really enjoyed playing. So kept going, and I played over at Rolf's with about 30 different guys every day. I was the only girl, and they really just became my best friends and my brothers, and would always encourage me and help me along. And they even wrote letters to the coaches asking them if they would give me a tryout. And my friends here were awesome, and my family was awesome. And last year we got the email about a tryout this year, and it was great. I finally got to try out, and in between that time I spent a lot of time in the basketball office just asking, can I do anything? Can I practice? Can I play pickup? Can I, help the team in any way? And it all worked out.
When you were playing at Rolf's, and I know you were involved in other activities on campus, Right to Life Special Olympics, and so you really kind of had a chance to get involved in both the athletics and some more of the extracurriculars on campus. Did it ever cross your mind that you thought that one day you would have the chance to play on the team, or was it almost a pipe dream?
I think that for me it was a pipe dream, something I always worked towards, but something that I always felt was just out of my reach, almost like it was just being pulled out of my fingertips constantly. And that sort of is what got me to do other things as well, that I didn't want just basketball to be the focus of my 4 years here at Notre Dame, and I'm really glad that I got involved in other things, because I made so many phenomenal friends through doing that, and just met incredible people, and got to do a lot of great things with Right to Life. We got to go to DC and meet the president, and Special Olympics I got to coach a 3-on-3 team with my best friend, and it was the highlight of my week every week. And so senior year, to make the basketball team was sort of an added bonus on top of all of that amazing stuff that happened 3 years before.
What were your emotions that were running through you when you found out for the first time that you'd be on the team?
When I found out for the first time, it was a little tough. One of my high school teammates had just passed away in a car accident, and so it was sort of this roller coaster of emotions where I was dealing with that, and then I found out that I had achieved a dream that I had worked really hard for my whole life, and I couldn't help but think that my teammate had helped me out with that, and that she had sort of swayed the coach's decisions to let me on there. The first game we played on my birthday, and when Coach called my name to go in the game, I started crying and got up there at the scores table, and it was just a flood of emotions, just an amazing experience. And getting on the court, I just couldn't stop smiling. It was I had worked really, really hard for something, and had finally achieved it.
So over the 3 years you weren't on the team and you were involved in other activities, you made a lot of friends, as you said, and they were always there at basketball games throughout the course of the the year, and you certainly had your own cheering section among the fans, as every player does. What was that like to get that sort of experience, to have so many people that you knew and so many people cheering you on? Was it surreal?
Yeah, I mean, definitely a surreal experience. Definitely a moment where you just think, wow, I am so lucky to have this many people here. And it was really just, I think that a lot of the people who were there were a big part of why I was there. And I would say the majority of the people who were there cheering for me were a huge part, whether it was, me coming in after working out really hard and just complaining to one of them for an hour and them just listening, or finding out that they weren't having tryouts for another year, and having my different friends, just be there while I cried, or they baked me cakes and they wrote me letters and made T-shirts, and they're just really, really incredible people. And it's almost like when I was out there, it was like a feeling of, I don't deserve friends this amazing, and I'm just so blessed to have them, and I just thank God for them. I wouldn't have been there without them.
Obviously, the season, on a basketball side of things, had a lot of ups and downs. When you were a part of some of those close games, or some of the victories, such as a senior night, are there any moments from the regular season that stick out to you as ones you'll remember?
Yeah, one of my closest friends here told me the whole time I was trying out for the team, you either contribute or you contaminate. And the whole season, I tried to make it my goal to contribute in any way possible, whether it was a pat on the back or, just cheering someone on when they were down, or just trying to be a positive voice out there. And I think the most memorable experiences for me will be those when my teammates, when I found out I was starting on senior night, each one of the other starters volunteered their spot for me. And it was really just an emotional time for me, and just a feeling of, wow, maybe I did contribute something, that they were willing to do that for me. It made me feel like I had helped the team in some way, and that they were willing to help me achieve my dream in any way.
So after the high of senior night, you guys make it into the NCAA tournament. You have a tough game against Utah to get things started, and then start to find your groove against Temple a little bit. When did the team start to think that this could be something special?
So Veronica Badway, the other walk-on, and I would make predictions before every game about what we thought was going to happen. And we knew that we had lost to Oklahoma the year before. And we were both really glad that they were in our path to get back to the Final Four. And I remember saying to Veronica before we played Oklahoma, if we beat Oklahoma soundly, I think we're going to the Final Four, because the confidence from that game and just not wanting anything to stop us and get in our way. And really, Becca Bruszewski did a great job of just instilling this I want to win attitude, and just, I'm going to do anything. And everyone else wanted to win for Becca, because no one wanted to see Becca, leave on a sour note. And I think that, I think maybe we knew first in practice that we had something special, when I feel like every other team would have quit during the middle of our practices, and everyone would just keep going as hard as they could, just always wanting to push each other, always having the goal of making it to the national championship in mind.
What's it like working under Muffet? She's got a reputation as one of the hardest working coaches in the league, for sure. What's that like to have that glare on you if you do something wrong?
I mean, she is very, very intense, but she has this great ability to see a mistake, correct it, and move on. And she's not someone who dwells on the fact that you missed a rebound 20 minutes ago. She corrects your errors and helps you to do better on the next play. And I was, honored to play for her, and I'm very grateful to her for having given me the opportunity. And she sort of always understood how special it was to me, and with even with a couple seconds left, she'd toss me in there just so I could get in the game, and it was really kind of her, and just great.
You guys knock off Oklahoma, you get the revenge. You knock off Pat Summitt and the Volunteers, big win there, and you go into the game against your big rival, the number one team in women's basketball, who's only lost one time the previous couple seasons. Did everybody on the team think that you had a chance to win?
Yeah, I would say without a doubt everyone believed we were going to win. And I think that is one of the things that made us play as well as we did, is that everyone just thought, hey, we're going to come out there and do this. We thought UConn, the other 3 times that we played them, UConn got away from us. We should have beaten them. We just let them slip away, and we weren't letting that happen a 4th time.
And you certainly didn't. You guys won, and you made it to the national championship. Ended up losing to Texas A&M in a really hard-fought game. Came in 2nd in the country. When it was all over, and the A&M players were celebrating on the court, and you realized this was the end. What was that feeling like?
I think I was just sort of numb, just thinking, wow, this is really all over. And it was a really sad moment to just think we worked really hard. But give them all the credit in the world. They were phenomenal, and on that night they played better and they deserved the victory. I wish we could have another shot at them though.
And now you head off into the real world with that year of experience as a member of the women's basketball team. You're going to go off and join the ACE program, teaching and serving in Atlanta, Georgia. And when you think back, when you think forward, and the experiences that you've had as a member of the basketball team, as a member of the Notre Dame student body, what is going to be some of the biggest lessons you take away from this past year?
I think the biggest lesson is that you're always searching and always trying to find something to fulfill you and to make you happy. And we look in all different directions. And I had a fairy tale year with basketball, and it may seem like that was the fulfilling part, but the biggest lesson that I learned from it all was that God has to be your focus, and that if something else is your focus, you're not going to be happy. Basketball was great because it helped me to deepen my relationship with Christ through the girls on the team who showed Christ's love every day, and just through working hard for something and working hard at a sport helped me to work hard at my relationship with God as well. And I think going to Georgia, it's going to be tough. I'm only 4 years older than some of the kids I'll be teaching, but it's something that the hard work mentality from basketball will help me to get through, and that my relationship with Christ will help me to get through.
Well, Mary, I think if you work as hard at everything else in life as you work to get onto the team, and I think that you'll have quite a successful future. Congratulations on a great year. Congratulations to the whole team, and thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you very much, Patrick.
Mary Forr is a senior, graduating in political science and philosophy from the University of Notre Dame. She finished her playing career with 20 appearances, 1 start, 29 points, and a lifetime of memories. This interview can be found on our website, www.nd.edu/WSND. There you can also find The Sound of Her Name, our 5-part interview series where we speak to notable Notre Dame personalities, such as President Emeritus Father Theodore Hesburgh, Arts and Letters Dean John McGreevy, and men's basketball head coach Mike Gray on the university's mission, outreach, and impact in today's society. It can also be downloaded on our podcast, available through iTunes. Just search WSND, or on our YouTube account, youtube.com/WSND-FM. For all of us here at The Sound of Notre Dame, I'm Patrick Brown, saying God bless and go Irish.